people that you're talking to, you're interviewing, will always, they will lead you to the place they're interested in. You have to follow their lead. When you try and get them to say what you want them to say, it doesn't work. So, I mean, halfway through, sometimes I've like thrown out my hypothesis of what I think this person is going to say, and then the story changes, and that's a good thing. I think the more the story changes, the better. I think that, of course, you're going to go in with your hypothesis, you know, because we're human and that's what we do, but the more you're wrong, the better, because then that's where you're getting into like nuance, and if you're learning, everyone's learning.
I feel like I'm out with a magnifying glass, you know, looking for butterflies, and it's a hurricane going on or something, and you find one. And it doesn't surprise me at all. The best things that have ever happened to me were never planned, and I certainly didn't expect them.
We've always been, you know, advocates of owning your own film and, you know, retaining the rights to your film so that you can control your film and protect your film. I mean, it's not always possible. It was probably possible, you know, when we started.
50-50.
But, you know, now, you know, it's a little bit harder. All the other entities want to own the film too, and you really have to struggle for that because, you know, it makes it more difficult to find funding for your film if you're not going to give it away to a television station.
I think a lot of filmmakers, you know, even now still kind of have this fantasy that the documentary is going to get into Sundance and that Harvey Weinstein is going to give them like millions of dollars and chomp a cigar, and you know, and that still happens. I mean, it does, but you know, I've like, I don't know, 3,000 documentaries submitted to Sundance this year, and they took, I don't know, 30, and maybe, you know, 3 or 4 got, you know, kind of big distribution deals. So it's like 1,000 to 1 odds. Don't be afraid of that idea that you're going to release your film yourself or through your own company, and you're going to have help and, you know, friends and other companies that you partner with, but you're not going to get this golden, you know, you're not going to win the lottery. Don't get into this to win the lottery.
All the films I make are basically come out of a intense curiosity or almost an obsession. So there are times when making a film is a huge chore and a drudge, and I think that if you don't have a kind of obsession or deep interest or something that draws you or something under your skin about the subject, it's hard to keep going in those tough times. My own personal opinion is a lot of good documentaries, strong films come out of relationships between the subject and the filmmaker, and you don't ever see that in a way, but you see it in the material. And without those kinds of relationships, you wouldn't get strong or striking or revealing or engaging material, I think.
When I meet somebody about to film them, they look at me and I look at them and they see something in my eyes where they can trust me. I'm very good at getting access. Being a good listener, fortunately I had the difficulty as a child when I was in kindergarten. I got some bad but maybe turned out to be good advice, and that is, silence is gold, I was told. Silence is gold. So I never said a word. I had to repeat kindergarten. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for a person is to represent them properly and with love at some important moment in their life.